Comic books often shine a spotlight on legendary heroes and villains, but hidden within the pages of Marvel's vast multiverse are characters who were left behind. These forgotten figures may not have become household names, yet their stories and appearances once helped expand the richness of the Marvel universe. Some were introduced with bold ideas, only to fade away as time passed. Today we will explore 10 Marvel Multiverse characters who have been overshadowed but still hold a unique place in comic book history. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to leave a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Captain Ultra was introduced as a hero with extraordinary abilities, displaying enhanced strength, flight, and invulnerability that made him seem destined for greatness. His colorful costume and bold personality set him apart from many other Marvel characters of his time. However, his journey was far from simple, as writers often used him as comic relief rather than a serious contender among heroes. This approach caused his presence to fade from prominence. One of the most defining aspects of Captain Ultra's character was his severe pyrophobia, a deep fear of fire that limited his effectiveness despite his impressive power set. Over the years, he tried to overcome this weakness, even receiving psychological help in some stories to push past it. While his appearances have been scarce in modern comics, his combination of overwhelming power and crippling fear still makes him one of the most unusual heroes in Marvel's multiverse. 3D. Man emerged in the 1970s as a unique Marvel hero whose powers came from a strange accident involving his brother's research on experimental flight technology. This event transformed him into a figure capable of existing with triple the strength, speed, and endurance of a normal human. Unlike many heroes of the time, his adventures were tied closely to science fiction themes, reflecting the era's fascination with alien threats and secret invasions. What made 3D Man stand out was his remarkable ability to see through disguises and detect alien Skrulls hiding among humans. This skill made him an invaluable asset in stories dealing with infiltration and cosmic conspiracies. Although he never became a mainstream hero, his powers later connected him to larger Marvel events involving Skrulls. His rare appearances keep him remembered as one of the more unconventional figures in Marvel's multiverse. Razerback first appeared as a tough trucker turned costumed adventurer, instantly recognizable for his massive wild boar headgear and rough and ready style. Unlike traditional heroes, he had no scientific background or cosmic destiny, but his larger-than-life personality made him stand out. Created during the late 1970s, his stories often carried a mix of humor and action, showing how an ordinary man could still carve out a place in Marvel's world of heroes. The most unusual part of Razorback's character was his ability to naturally operate any vehicle, from Earth-made machines to advanced alien spacecraft. This strange gift often placed him in unexpected situations where he became a vital ally to more prominent heroes. He crossed paths with Spider-Man and even found himself among the X-Men in cosmic-level adventures. Though not a consistent presence, his bizarre powers and bold spirit left a lasting mark on Marvel's multiverse. Texas Twister was a mutant from Texas whose energetic personality matched his unusual abilities. Growing up in the Lone Star State shaped his bold attitude and adventurous nature, making him a standout character despite limited appearances. His storylines often involved high-stakes situations where his tornado powers could tip the balance. He first faced the Fantastic Four in encounters that tested his control over violent storms and extreme weather conditions. His primary mutant ability was creating and controlling tornadoes, allowing him to manipulate wind currents with impressive precision. This power made him a formidable opponent and a useful ally in battles requiring large-scale environmental control. While he never achieved mainstream fame, Texas Twister's combination of regional charm and elemental mastery ensures he remains a memorable character in Marvel's multiverse. The Shroud was introduced as a dark, enigmatic vigilante shaped by personal tragedy and a desire to fight crime beyond the law. His skills in martial arts, acrobatics, and detective work made him a formidable opponent to criminals, while his striking costume and shadowy presence set him apart in the Marvel Universe. He first encountered the Fantastic Four during early crossovers, where his mysterious methods clashed and complemented more traditional heroes. His powers were tied to darkness, allowing him to blend into shadows and create areas of total concealment. This control over darkness let him manipulate fear, evade attacks, and gain the upper hand in combat situations. While rarely in the spotlight, his combination of stealth, martial skill, and shadow-based abilities has ensured he remains a memorable figure within Marvel's multiverse. Dr. Druid was introduced as a mystic and skilled psychologist whose fascination with the occult set him apart from other heroes of his time. Trained in both science and mystical arts, he pursued knowledge of ancient rituals and hidden powers to combat supernatural threats. His intelligence and dedication allowed him to interact with many prominent Marvel characters, and he first faced the Fantastic Four during storylines involving mystical disturbances and dark forces. His abilities included telepathy, hypnosis, and mystical energy manipulation, which he used to battle both human and supernatural enemies. At one point, he even led the Avengers, showcasing his strategic mind and leadership skills. Despite these achievements, Dr. Druid gradually faded into obscurity, though his mastery of the mystical arts still marks him as a unique and intriguing figure in Marvel's multiverse. Wood God was introduced as a laboratory-created hybrid, combining human intelligence with the physical traits of a goat. His origin story centered on the cruelty of scientific experimentation and the rejection he faced from society, shaping him into a tragic and complex character. He often struggled to find his place in a world that feared and misunderstood him, and he first encountered the Fantastic Four in storylines exploring the consequences of unethical science. His abilities included enhanced agility, strength, and reflexes, which made him a formidable opponent despite his smaller stature. Wood God's hybrid physiology also gave him heightened senses and endurance, allowing him to survive in environments ordinary humans could not. Although rarely seen in modern comics, his tragic story and unusual powers continue to make him one of the more unique and overlooked figures in Marvel's multiverse. Sleepwalker was introduced as a protector from another dimension, tasked with maintaining balance and order within the subconscious minds of humans. He bonded with a human host while they slept, allowing him to interact with the waking world indirectly. His origin explored the fascinating intersection between dreams and reality, and he first encountered the Fantastic Four in stories where his dimension-spanning abilities brought him into conflict and collaboration with other heroes. His powers allowed him to manipulate the dreamscape, creating constructs and controlling aspects of his host's subconscious. Sleepwalker also possessed superhuman strength, agility, and endurance, which made him effective in both physical and psychic battles. Though his appearances have been limited over time, his unique role as a guardian of the mind ensures he remains a distinctive and memorable figure in Marvel's multiverse. Shamrock was introduced as a spirited Irish heroine whose charm and luck-based powers set her apart from typical Marvel characters. Her background emphasized her strong cultural roots and heroic determination, often highlighting her bravery in the face of overwhelming odds. She first crossed paths with the Fantastic Four in stories where her luck-based abilities proved crucial in turning the tide against dangerous foes and unexpected threats. Her defining power was a mystical aura that manipulated luck, allowing her to deflect attacks, avoid danger, and create fortunate outcomes in battle. This aura of luck made her unpredictable and difficult for enemies to counter, giving her an unusual advantage in combat. Though not frequently featured in modern comics, Shamrock's unique abilities and vibrant personality have preserved her as a memorable, if overlooked, character in Marvel's multiverse. Stingray was introduced as a scientist and adventurer who developed a specialized suit for underwater exploration and combat. His origins highlighted his intelligence and resourcefulness, allowing him to tackle threats both beneath the waves and on the surface. He first encountered the Fantastic Four in storylines involving aquatic dangers, where his expertise and advanced suit made him a valuable ally in high-stakes missions. His armor granted him superhuman strength, enhanced swimming speed, and the ability to breathe underwater, making him a formidable presence in aquatic environments. Equipped with advanced technology and weaponry, he could engage enemies ranging from sea creatures to supervillains with ease. While his appearances have often been brief, particularly alongside the Avengers, Stingray's combination of intellect, technology, and heroism ensures he remains a notable figure in Marvel's multiverse. These forgotten Marvel heroes may not be household names, but their unique powers and stories continue to enrich the multiverse. Exploring their adventures reminds us of the creativity and depth in Marvel Comics. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more hidden gems from the world of superheroes.